Hi guys, this tip will be about a very quick update related to the BlueKeep vulnerability and the related exploit, for which I showed you an early version in episode 75 of this series. I told you the development for this exploit was underway and a more stable version would be released pretty soon. And here we are. I'm here showing you a more stable version. I actually ran the exploit before recording this video to make sure it was fairly stable. And in order to obtain the latest version, you need to update Metasploit, and you see that I launched the related command here. This is the way you update Metasploit in the current version. In previous version you would use MSF update, but it's discontinued. So once you update, you have the latest version of the exploit right away within the framework. You don't have to add it manually like we had to do it in the previous episode. And I tried several times and I almost never got a blue screen of death, but 2 times, but that's because there was a wrong local host parameter and that crashed the target, even because I tried to set up the right IP address and I misspelled 821, and that caused Metasploit to try to bind to a wrong IP address. The only thing that remains the same as the previous version is you need to set up the target manually, otherwise the exploit won't succeed. You see that I had several failed attempts. One thing I always do is I tweak the advanced parameters in order to make sure the shell doesn't time out on me. I was unsuccessful with a 32-bit interpreter, but it worked right away with the 64-bit version. That's where I made a mistake and I misspelled the parameter here. I didn't realize. In this case, I got a blue screen of death a couple of times here until I manually entered the right IP address. I see I got a shell, a system shell. Right away, we had the password hashes. I want to point out here that if you're a company, anyway, you have important data that you store on your servers and stuff like that, you should be updating RDP on your servers, or if possible, trying to avoid having RDP enabled on externally facing servers right away. You should apply a patch, or anyway not having RDP running on externally facing servers, because this is a very dangerous vulnerability. And like I showed you right now, it guarantees you a system shell on your servers in less than 1 second. As a penetration tester, I keep seeing this vulnerability popping up very frequently in a lot of engagements. So what I would recommend right now is for you to go ahead and update your servers in order to remediate this vulnerability as soon as possible. Do it now. I guarantee you we will see another series of breaches pretty much soon, because a bunch of companies, for different reasons, aren't gonna update their servers in order to take care of this vulnerability. Either because they don't care or because of the imaging procedures they got. So we're in for a lot of troubles and for a lot of pain. On the other hand, this will bring more incident response work for my company, so it's not totally bad news for me, but it's bad news for the economy and for our country in general, because I'm one of those guys, weird guys, who try to keep systems safe. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. I could have showed you the whole thing live, but it took me kinda 10-ish attempts to get the shell. So at the end of the day, I can warn you about the danger level of this exploit because it's become really stable and it works pretty good. If you add the right parameters, it gives you a shell right away, really in a matter of seconds. And you saw that I could download the password hashes, and if you have the right resources in terms of hardware and GPU, cracking a hash is not that complicated, unless you really use a very strong password. But anyway, much depends on what kind of hardware you got as for that. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.